some of these tabs so that. Okay, so for those just joining us, the first thing you have to do is you download your VS Code, right, to your PC. But if you don't have VS Code on your PC, you can visit the web version, which is vscode.dev. Then after visiting the web version or using your VS Code software, you go to your folder to your PC and create a folder called Web Design BootCamp. Alright. Then after creating that folder called Web Design BootCamp, you come back to your VS Code. Then come to this place and select Open Folder. Then after selecting Open Folder, it will bring you to this particular spot. Then you create a new file called index.html. So to create a new file, click on this first icon here that says new file. Then
excuse me, your screen is showing.
Your screen is not showing, sir. Your screen is not showing. We are having a Hassan. Somebody Hassan.
please, is any
Share this screen.
please, are other people see my screen?
No, it's not
Yes,
showing.
I see your screen, sir. Not seeing your screen, sir.
Please, if you are seeing my screen, just say yes. If you are not seeing, say no.
Yes.
No, we can't see your screen. Azan isn't seeing.
Yes.
No, we are not seeing it.
We can't see your screen, sir.
Please, if you are not
No,
seeing,
no, no.
if you are not seeing my screen, it's probably network. Check the whether it's network. Then, or please mute your mic. Please, if you can't see, it's probably network from your, or maybe you probably don't know how to navigate Google Meet. People are actually seeing.
Yeah, you can see the screen now.
Yes, please. So please let's continue. So like I said, the first thing you do is you create an index.html file. Then you would type in an exclamation mark and click enter. Alright, so you click enter, then to bring up these lines of code. So these lines of code represents your HTML document. Alright, so what does this mean? So this first line of code states that this document type is an HTML. Alright, and the second line of code tells us that this language is currently written in is English. That is the language of our documents. And then we have a section called head in the line 3 of our code. Then in the other parts we have these lines of code which also tells us the title of our document. Then we also have the body section, which has this body tag. That is 2 body tags, that is the opening and the closing tags. So as we proceed further, I will explain what the closing and the opening tags mean. But first of all, let me type in a particular code here, which is H1, and I'll say hello world. Alright. So basically, after typing in the exclamation mark and you click enter, you see some lines of code. Then I want you to type in H1. Let me retype that again. That is H1. Then you click enter. Alright. Then you type in between the greater than sign and the lesser than sign, and just type in hello world. So after typing that, you want to right click and open with a live server. So if you're actually following me, although I discourage that, but if you're actually following me and you type that, this is what you should see after opening with a live server. Alright, you see this text that says hello world. So
How do
in
you open the live server, please?
so what do you say?
How do we open the live server?
Okay, so to open the live server, you right click on the particular page you are on, which is the index.html. So you right click on it, then you see a list of options. Alright, so you click on, you see the option that says open with live server. Alright, so you just click on that option, open with live server, then it will open a server on your system. So that is how you open live server. Alright. So in HTML, we have what we call elements and tags. Alright. So we have elements. Example of elements are headings, your paragraph, your image. Alright. So we have tags also, which is the opening tag and the closing tag. We have the opening and the closing tag. So like this H1 that we wrote here, the opening tag is your first H1. So let me rewrite that again. So your opening tag is this H1 here. So it starts with, let me remove the completing part. Or let me just leave it that way and explain. So if you look at my screen, the first thing you see is a lesser than sign with H1 and a greater than sign to close it. Then we also have another lesser than sign / H1 and a greater than sign. Alright. So what does these two things mean? So this first one you are seeing here, this first H1 that is in between a lesser than and a greater than sign, is called your opening tag, while the second one that you see here is called your closing tag. So between your opening tag and your closing tag, you can write a particular line of code. So let's say I want to write a code that says welcome to the bootcamp. Alright, and I save it. If I should look at my page in the live server, you see that the code has reflected here. Right. So that particular line of code gives us a heading in our HTML document. So this is how you can make or create headings using HTML. Right. So we want to look at other tags or other elements in HTML. Right. So
Sorry, boss. Some people are waiting in the room.
oh, okay. Let me let them in. All right. So first thing we want to look at is we want to look at the heading tag. All right. So we want to look at headings, how you can add headings in your HTML. So the first one we look at now is the H1 heading, which is the highest heading in HTML. So we have another heading which is called the H2 heading. Alright. So the H2 heading is actually smaller in size compared to the H1 heading. So let me type in a text in between. So let's say let's use the same text, which is welcome to the bootcamp. Alright. So let me put that same text in the H2. Then I'll click on Ctrl S to save. Then I'll open it in my browser to have a look of what we currently have. So if you notice, let me know if you can still see my screen. If you notice, the second text that we added is smaller than the first one. The H2 is smaller compared to the H1. Alright. So the next one we want to look at is H3. Alright. So look at H3 and let's type a new text. Let's say my name is Melbourne. So I'll save that. Let me just write out every one of them. So we have in HTML we have headings from H1 to H6. So let me type them out. Is H4. Then we have H5. Then we have H6. So let me put in the same text in between the different headings. So I'll save that and let's preview it. So if you can see my screen, you'll see that the first one, which is H1, is the biggest heading or is the larger heading, then followed by the H2, which is smaller compared to the H1, then followed by H3, then followed by H4, then followed by H5, and followed by H6. So as you go down in the hierarchy from H1 to H6, the size of your text, the font size actually decreases. Right? So let's also look at another element, which is the paragraph element using the opening tag and closing tag. Alright, so once to add the paragraph tag, just type P, alright, and click enter. That's how we type in a paragraph. Please mute your mic. There's someone playing music in the background. So let's say I want to add a paragraph that says this bootcamp is to help you learn the fundamentals of web design. Alright, so if I click on save and I come here, you see the paragraph text, which is this. And if you notice, the paragraph text is not as bold as the H or as the element, as the headings rather, as the H1 to H6. So this is what your paragraph looks like in HTML. Alright. So let's look at something else in another tag or element, which is the list. Alright. So let's say we want to create a list in HTML. So let's say we want to create a list of grocery items. Let's say I wanted to say Gary now. I don't know if Gary is part of grocery. So let's say we want to add some items onto our list. Then let me admit some people into our training. So let's say we want to create a list of items in HTML. How do we create a list? So let's say we want to go to the market to buy some foodstuffs. Alright, so you want to get rice, beans, plantain, and stuff like that. How can you create that kind of list in HTML? So what you want to do is, in HTML we have two types of lists, which is the ordered list and unordered list. So I would like you to write that down, and if you can hear me, please repeat after me: unordered list and ordered list, so I can know that you are following.
Ordered list and unordered list.
Ordered list and unordered list.
Alright.
Ordered list
All
and
that
unordered
list and
list.
other list.
Alright, thank you. So let's proceed. So how do we create a list in HTML? Alright, so to create an unordered list, you just type in UL and click enter. Then to create a opening tag and a closing tag. Then where you have your cursor that's currently blinking, in between it, you click enter again to create an indentation, alright, to give spacing in between the two tags. Let me do that again so you can see it. So I'll click on enter. Then in between these two, I will type in LI, alright. I'll type in LI and click enter. So what I want to do now is I'll duplicate this LI. Let's say I want to create a 6-item list, 4, 5, and 6. And 6. So we have 6 lists now. So let's say in the first list now, let's say we want to type in rice. Then the next we want to type in beans. Then next we want to type in plantain. Then next we want to type in which other one? Let's say, don't know which list I can add to it.
Yam spaghetti.
Okay, thank you. Yam spaghetti.
Noodles.
And
Meat. Fish.
Abi, let me put Gary.
Noodles.
Gary.
Alright.
Fish.
Alright, that's I think we have 6 items now. So it's never complete that Gary. So let's save that, and if I save that and go to our browser, we should have a list. So as you can see, we have a list here. Alright, so we have a list of items. So you see, we have a list: rice, beans, plantain, yam, spaghetti, and Gary. So this list is in a bullet point. Alright, it's in a bullet point, and let's see if I can name it. Let's give it a name of food items. So I'll save that, and so you can see it's a list of food items. So let's go back to our code. So this is an unordered list. It doesn't follow a particular it doesn't follow like an alphabetical order, right? But if you want to create an ordered list, alright, let's say a list that has Roman numerals, we can use the tag which is OL. Then we want to say, let's just copy this same list and paste it in between this space. So let's give it a type of, so this type now is called, this what I just added here is usually called attributes. Okay, so we are using this attribute called type, and so in between this column we'll type in, let's say let me redo that. So let me type in type, then I'll use I. Alright, so if I click that and I save, then you can see that our list here, looking at my screen, we have a ordered list which is in Roman numerals. So we have I, IV, V, which is 5, then VI, which is 6 in Roman numerals. So let's say I want to create another ordered list. Alright, so let's say we want to do it like ABC, or let's say, okay, let's use ABC first before we go into 1, 2, 3. So let me just copy out that same link, then I'll press enter twice to go to the next line, and I'll paste it. So now I want to change the type from Roman numerals to alphabetical order. So I'll just type in A there, that is in capital letter A, then I'll save. So as you can see, we have a list in alphabetical order, that is from A to F. What about if I want to do a list in 1 to 6? So I'll come here again and I'll paste that line of code again. I'll change the type to 1 and then I'll save. If you scroll down, you see that our list now is in numeric order, which is from number 1 to 6. So that is how you can add lists in HTML, using HTML to your document, right, or to your index.html file. So please, I want you to take note of this particular section because we'll use it. You'll use it in your forthcoming tags for today, which will be posted on social media. Alright. Then so I think.
Lisa, can you go back to the code? I want to check something on your screen.
So this particular call might end. I was thinking it would elapse, like it will give us more time, but in case it ends, I'll drop a link in the group, in our WhatsApp group, alright, so that you can rejoin, or I'll drop it in this chat before this particular one ends, so we can continue our class.
Okay, so this one is in 12 minutes. So 12 minutes, that will be 8 o'clock. What time in particular are we ending this?
So we're supposed to end before 8:30, alright. So it's supposed to be 1 hour 30 minutes long. So 1 hour before 8:30
Okay,
we should be done.
I think we still have more time from now.
You said?
I think we still have more time before 8:30. At least before 8:30, we'll be able to learn.
Before it ends, I'll create another link, then drop in this particular chat or on our WhatsApp group, so you can rejoin again. So let's continue. So let's look at another tag in HTML. Let's look at how you can add an image, alright, in HTML. So to add an image to your code, you use the image tag, which is img. Then click on enter. So it will give you two attributes, which is src. src means the source, alright, means source, and this alt means alternate text. Alternate text describes the particular image, alright. So let's say I'm adding an image of myself. The alternate text can say image of Emailbong, something like that. So let's try that out. So to add an image, let's create a folder for our images. To create a folder, we'll call that folder images. Alright, we'll call that folder images. So to add an image to our code, let's go to our folder. Let's look for any picture. So just look for any picture in your system, or if you have a picture of yourself, just use that particular one. So let me use this. Control C. Then what you want to do is you want to move that particular image to your project folder. So I'll go back to our project folder, which is Web Design BootCamp. So I'll go there. Then you'll see the images folder that we just created now. Then you want to paste that particular image in there. Then go back to your VS Code. So if I open the particular folder now, you see my image here. Alright, see my image. So how do we add that image now to our code? So I'll come to this place that says src. Then I want to use a /. Then I'll say images, or I can also say /images. Then I'll select that particular image. I want to click that and save. So I'll go back to my browser and you should see an image of me. Alright, this image looks too big, so let's make it a bit smaller. So to make it a bit smaller, where you have after this alternate text or before the greater than sign, you can add an attribute called width. So what is a width? A width means the length of your image. Alright, so we want to add a width. So a width of like let's say 200 pixels. 200 pixels. So you might be asking, what is pixels? Alright, so pixels is a unit of measurement that we use in coding, also in HTML. So just like you have in length, you have centimeter and meter, the pixels is also used to measure the size of a particular element in your HTML document. So if I set this width now, that is the length of our image, to 20 pixels, and I save it, you see that the size should change. Okay, this is too small. Let me increase the size. Let me increase it to 200 pixels. And if I save that, and I come to my browser, you see an image of me. So this is how you can add images to your HTML documents using the image tag. So there's another tag we should also look into. I would like us to look into. So we are done with the image tag. It's called, the next one I want to look at is the HR tag. So this HR tag is used to add lines of separation to our code. Let me remove it from here and put it somewhere up. Let me put it here and just paste it there, HR. So this HR tag, it doesn't need a closing tag, unlike these other ones that have 2 items. You know, the other ones, whenever we create, let's say like, assuming it was an heading.
Sorry, sir.
Okay.
So you said HR tag is used to do what?
It's used to add a line to our HTML document. It's used to add a line to, unlike these H1s and the P1s, which have a closing and opening tag. This one is a self-closing tag, so you don't need to add a closing tag to it. You just put the HR in between the greater than and lesser than. Then you can save your code. Then if you view it in our browser, you will see a line, this particular line. Alright, so that is how you can add a line using the HR tag in HTML.
Please, can you admit people to the class? Thank you.
Okay. Alright, so let's continue.
Sir, please, did you use closing tab for that image? The avatar you added,
Okay,
like
no,
the
I
image.
didn't use a closing tag. Thank you for noting that too. So the image also doesn't need a closing tag. Like the HR is a self how will I put it? It's a self-closing tag. Alright, it doesn't need a opening and closing tag. So if I just type image, you see that it doesn't have a open and a closing tag. So we call them self-closing tags. Alright. So it's just the same thing like the HR tag. That's it. That's how images work. Alright. Then another element or tag we can look at is how you can add a. Okay, before we proceed, let me create another link for our class before this one expires, so we don't just get cut off. So this one I'm creating now, don't join now until I tell you to join around 7:58. I'll put this now in our chat and also on the group chat. me drop it also on our WhatsApp group. Okay, so that's it there. Okay, so I think we should just join now, so we'll not waste more time. Let's just dive into the next link. So I'm going to leave here and get into the next one. Please click on the link and join the next one.
Okay, can we end the call for this one, or we should?
Ah, see you eating bread. On that day. Ah.
Your camera is on, Orogundale. You're enjoying.
Orogundade ko.
Arogundale.
Okay, I'll give 2 minutes more or 3 minutes more for everyone to join, because I think some people are still joining from the group before we continue.
Yeah, it's just gonna go. Yeah.
He was genuinely sorry. I've never seen Richard that vulnerable before. See, Richard's mom was pressurizing him to get married, and he was exploring his options. But now he's come to realize that we're perfect together.
There's so much more to it. Let's talk about our mind.
Nollywood bow.
I can use your mic, we can hear everything.
Okay, 1 minute more. Let's wait till 8:01 before we proceed. Okay, so let's proceed. Let me share my screen. Okay, please let me know if you can see my screen now.
I can see your screen.
Yeah, I can see your screen.
Okay. Okay. So let's keep on moving. So So the next thing we want to look at is how we can add links to our website. So definitely if you visit a website, there are links also that you can click. Alright, so let's say we want to add a link in our HTML document. How do we add a link? Let's So to add a link, you use the anchor tag. Alright, so the anchor tag is A. Alright, so the anchor tag has the opening and the closing tag, and it also have the href attribute. So this href attribute, what does it do? It helps us to add a link to our tag. So let's say the link we want to add now will lead us to Google. So let's give our anchor tag a name called Google. Let's give it a name called Google. Let me move this up, because if it's down, it might be hard for you to see. Let me move it up. Let me bring it up somewhere here. And after this p tag, let's have it here. So I'll save that. Then let's view it in our browser to see it. Okay, scroll up. So as you can see here, this is the link here. Please don't be confused. Some of you might be expecting it to be down, but I've moved it up so it's here currently.
I am a little bit confused.
Okay, please, what are you confused about? Let me quickly explain before we proceed. Although we still have time for questions, but let me hear from you. Which part do you don't understand?
Okay, I think it's from when you started the code, so I didn't really see it well. That's the reason.
You mean for the anchor tag, for the link?
Yes, for the link.
Okay, let me redo it. So I said to add
Okay,
a link to our HTML document, you use the anchor tag, and the anchor tag is represented by using A. Right, that's normal small letter A. Alright, so once you just click on enter. Alright, then you have this href attributes, which is href is equal to, then you have two quotes here. Alright, in between these two quotes, that is where you have a link for your website. But after the greater than, as usual, like we did for our h1 to h6 and our p tags, you can type in the name of the link here, which is, let's say, Google. Alright, so if I save that and you view it, you see that it should appear here on our website, right, on our browser. Then let's go back to a code, because if you click on this now, as you can see, it's not leading you to anywhere, it's just coming back to the same page. So let's say we want to add a link now. Alright, the link itself, that's google.com, so it will take us to Google's website. So let's get the link for google.com. Google.com. I'll copy the link. Let's copy the link. Copy the link to google.com. Then I'll go back to our VS Code. And then where you have the href, alright, you see where you have the quotes in between. You want to paste in your link, which is this https /www.google.com. So I'll save that, then I'll go to our browser. Right. So if I should click on this link now, I'll notice something. I'm not refreshing my page whenever I change the code, because I'm using the live server option. Right. So once I click on this now, once I click on the Google text, it's going to see it takes us to google.com, and I can go back. Alright, so let's try it for something else. Someone should give me an example of another website you can use. First person, I'll take the first person's.
Facebook.com. Jumia.com.
Okay, let's use Jumia.com. So let's get the link for Jumia.com. Jumia, okay, that's Jumia.ng. Jumia.ng. I want to get the exact link so that we're not making any mistakes. So I'll copy the link, Control C. Then I want to go to my code. Let's add another link. And what did I say is the tag for links again?
Anchor.
Anchor tag, and that is using
A.
yes.
A.
Alright. Then in between this href, in between the quotes, then I'll paste my link there and I'll save. Alright. So if I go to our browser again, let me close this tab so you won't think it's the alright. It's not appearing yet. Let me see. Oh, I haven't given it a name, so you can note that. So if you don't give it a name, it won't appear. So let me give it a name or a text of Jumia. Then I'll go back to our website. Then you can see here it's appearing here as Jumia. Alright. If I click on it, to take you to the Jumia website. So that's how you can add links using HTML in your documents. So one more thing before we go into questions, we look at the tags for today. We want to look at the break elements or the break tag. So what does that one do? It helps us.
Sir, please let people in the class again.
Okay. Alright, so let's proceed. Here were we? Yeah, so we're looking at the break tag. So what does it do? It helps us to break our text. If you notice, alright, when we added the link for Jumia, we saw that the rest of our elements are actually taking up their own space. Look at this one, look at the H1 to H6. They are standing on their own space. None of them is coming together like this Google and Jumia. So one way we can separate them using HTML is to use the break tag. So we'll go to our code now, and here, just in front of the closing tag for our anchor tag, I can type in BR and click enter. What this does, I'll save it. What this does is to create a to take our text to the next line. So this Jumia will take its own line. So I'll come here and you can see it has taken its own line. It's standing alone in its own separate space. So that is the use of the break tag. So let's use it in something else. Let's say we have a long text. Let's get a lorem ipsum text. So let's get the text that is very long. Lorem ipsum text. Go to here. And so let's say I want to use something very long. Let's use this. I'll just copy this. Let's go to our code and let me add another p tag. That is, we want to add a paragraph. So in between the opening tag and the closing tag, I want to paste in my code. See, it's very long. It's taking the entire screen. Alright. If I save this and you view it in the browser, let's go to our documents here. So page. See that it's taking the entire width of our screen, but we don't want it to be like this. So what we can do now, we can use that break tag to make the text go to the next line. So let's say I come in here and I add the break tag. Let me copy it to avoid repetitions. So I come here and I just paste it here. Then let me paste it again. Let me paste it somewhere else. I don't want to press enter, so you don't confuse it that when I press enter, that is why it's going to the next line. So let me just put in the break tag here so you will see the difference. So I'll put in the break lines. right? Let me add more break lines somewhere else. Let me add it here. Break. So I'll save that, and I'll come to my, as you can see, it's not taking the full length. Look at this place I have is that is entering the next line because the break tag is actually here. That is why I see that the text is going to the next line. Let's look at it in our code. As you can see, this is after BC. If you go back, you see that let me get back to that. Okay, so you see that it's after BC itself. So if you go back to our browser, see that that's where the code starts functioning. So that's it today on introduction to HTML. Right? And so far we've learned the H1 tags, the heading tags rather, which is from H1 to H6, which is to add heading to your website. And we said that from H1 to H6 they all have different sizing, different font size. As you can see from here, this is H1, the next one is H2, down to H6, which is the smallest. And then we have our paragraph, right, which is this, to add paragraphs to our website. Then we looked at the anchor tag, which is used to add links. And then we also looked at how we can make lists in our website using the unordered list and the ordered lists, right? And we also looked at the HR tag, which is used to add lines to our website, which is this line of division, just to segment stuffs on our website. Then which other one did we look at? We looked at the image tag, which is used to add images to our website, which is this image of myself that I added here, which is this. Then what other thing did we, okay, I think that's basically what we looked at today. So tomorrow we are going to look at other aspects of HTML also. We look at HTML in depth also. So so far, let me know if you understand and if you have any questions, because this might look like Arabic to you since your first time. And before then, or please hold on. Let me give the tags for today. So what you are going to do is, I want you to use what you've learned so far. All right. To create a list, you can write this down, please. Create a list. All right. Create a list of the 36 states.
Oh, wait.
Okay, let me hold on for you to get your notepad or to get your writing, so whichever one you're using.
Please, can someone also help us drop it on the group?
Okay, I'll type it on the group, but also just note it down. And I want you to also get this process so you won't get lost, because I want all of us to follow along. Please don't forget to download the VS Code, because this particular task you can't do it without writing a code. Don't forget to download the VS Code on your system. If you don't have the VS Code on your system, you can use the web version, which is vscode.dev. All right.
Please, can you help us send the link for the download of the VS to the chat?
vscode.dev. This is for the.
And also, how can we set the VS Code up? How can we set it up, sir?
Okay, I think those ones will come in the questions, because if I start answering that, it will take some of our time. But let me go into I'll answer all of those questions now when we go to the question section. But let me just drop this link now in our Google Meet chat. Here. Then, so the link is vscode.dev. But if you want to download the software on your system, just search for VS Code. It will take you to the first link should take you to the website. Then you download it on your system. So back to the assignment, or back to the task for today. So what I want you to do is, using what we have learned, all right, I want you to create a list of the 36 states we have in Nigeria. Create an ordered list Alright. So another list, it should run from 1 to 36. I'll repeat myself. So create a list of the 36 states in Nigeria using an ordered list. Remember the tag for ordered list is OL, which is this. Alright. I'm giving you an int. Then after creating your OL tag, you add this list tags to them. If you don't, please don't use ChatGPT. Please. Because if you want to really learn, unless you get totally stuck, then you can go to ChatGPT. Try and use from what you've learned to do the tags. So create another list of the 36 states in Nigeria. You should run from another list of number 1 to 36. Alright. And also give it an heading saying list of the 36 states in Nigeria. So we talked about heading using the H1 tag. So the heading should say list of 36 states in Nigeria. Then you want to create an ordered list, alright, of the 36 states in Nigeria. So when you do that, you take a snapshot of your code and also take a snapshot of your results on your browser. So let me say an example. A snapshot of my code is what you are seeing currently. Then a snapshot of my results is what you are seeing on the browser, like this one. So you take both of them, alright? Take both of them, post on your social media platform, alright, using the hashtag 7 days of web design, and also tag me to it so I can see it. That's why
what is your handle, sir?
I'll drop it again on the link. That's why when the registration link was sent, even before you register for the bootcamp, I urge you to follow me on my social media platform so that it will be easier for you to tag me. But I'll drop it again, and I'll drop this text on the tags that you do. I'll drop everything on the group once we are done.
Yeah, and the hashtag.
Yes, and the hashtags to use. So please, it's for your own. The reason is that I've noticed that in bootcamps like this, especially for people who want to show that they've actually learned coding, most organizations or most this thing will look like, okay, what have you been doing so far? At least let them see that this person is actually learning something or is actually doing something, and they are impressed. So it will actually help you to keep a track of what you are, and actually show people that, okay, this is what I'm actually doing currently. So that's why I'm saying that every task for this next 7 days should be done. Post on your social media platform. Tag me so that I can also see. Because at the end of this 7 days bootcamp, the best students will also be rewarded in one way or the other. And also, apart from the reward, just for your own benefit also. So I'll drop the question again on the group, and I'll give you the hashtags and my social media platform for you to follow me again. Alright, so that's it.
Please, I have a question.
Let's dive into questions.
Okay, can I ask my question again?
Alright. What's the question, please?
The other time when you click on open file, I can't find it on my own system, and you said I should scroll down. I can't find it. I don't know how you got that you were checking it on is it Google Doc or which other one? After inputting the code here, then you go back to go and confirm what is showing. Mine is not showing anything. I don't know.
Please repeat the question again. I didn't get you.
Okay, the other page where you're checking the code you imputed here, I don't know how to get to that page.
Oh, okay. Alright, please. This is also, I skipped this. It was very important. Now, the Lifesaver extension, this is how you add it. Because initially, when I started, I said click on right click, then open with Lifesaver. But sometimes if you are just opening, if you are using VS Code for the first time, you might not have this Lifesaver. So what I want you to do is, you come to this place, see this place that you have here, this icon that looks like cube. Once you
the extension.
Yes, extensions there. When you click on it, search for Lifesaver. Search for Lifesaver. Alright. So You want to look for this one. See this one that has this Wi-Fi icon. This live server here. You click on it. Then you will see an option that says enable. Mine is already enabled, so it's not showing me the enabled button. So you get, so you want to click on enable to enable the live server. Mine is already enabled, so I don't have to click it again.
Mine is showing install.
Yes, okay, yes, you can also see install. Alright, so you click on install, then it will enable the live server. Most of you will see install. So you click on install, then it will be activated or enabled. So it's live server by which week? Day. Alright, that's the one you should use. So once you enable it or install it, you'll be able to use that option. So you can then proceed to writing your code. Then after writing your code in your index.html file, you right click on it and click on open with live server. You see the option here.
Live server.
Yes, open with live server. What this live server does is that
I think I have to download it.
Yes, you have to
Sorry for
download.
cutting you. I think I have to download it before I can. It's showing I can't download it. I can't use it for the web. I can't use live server for the web, so I have to download it. After the class, I'll do that.
Okay, no problem. If it's showing you download, just download it then.
Please, on the same issue, sir.
Okay, please.
Hello?
Let me hear you.
On the same issue.
Okay.
So on my own, it's not bringing the download this thing. I mean install. The install is not highlighted.
What does it say?
It puts something like danger warning at the front of the install.
Are you using the web version or you are using the software?
The web version that you sent.
Okay. Ma, the lady just asked the question recently. Are you using the web version or the software, the one on your system?
It's the web version. I don't have it on my system before.
Okay. I don't know why it's not showing on your end, sir. I don't know.
But can I download it, because I saw download VS Code at the top.
Yes, download VS Code. Download VS Code, then try it again.
Okay.
Yes, sir. You're welcome.
All right, sir. I want to ask the extension. Is it just the live server extension we need to download?
Yeah, I have two here. One is live server, and the second one is live server 5 server or something. So the same thing, or even everything it brought on the live server search.
Bro, just download the one they say you should download.
Yes, it has danger warning at the front. But I'm downloading it now. Yes, I've downloaded.
Download the one you are seeing on my. This one that has the Wi-Fi icon. This one that says Retweet Day. That's the one you should download or install.
Okay.
Yes. So someone asked, is it only the live server this thing we should download? Another extension you should download that will be useful is called Prettier. Download this extension called Prettier.
Prettier code formatter, right?
Yes, Prettier code formatter, yes. This particular one. The icon is a pig, it's multicolored. Install this one also to make your code look more pleasant to the eye. Makes your code look more better. So install this one called Prettier also.
I have a question, please.
Okay, please, all questions will end by 8:30. Alright.
I have a question, please.
Please, let's hear you, sir.
Good evening, all.
Yes.
My question is, on what platform are we submitting the assignment?
Okay, that's true. Either on Instagram or on Facebook, anyone is fine, whichever one works for you. So I'll send you the link to both my Instagram and also my Facebook, whichever one you can tag me there.
Okay, and I have an observation as well.
Okay, sir.
I have an observation as well. Using the dummy text, the lorem text, right?
Okay, yes.
We don't need to go over another page to copy it and paste it. You can just like lorem and then the number of the words you want to use, and it will appear automatically.
Okay, in HTML.
Yes, on HTML. You just write lorem, and then maybe if it's 50 words, Then you like Lorraine 50. Then you click enter. It will appear the number of
Oh,
words
okay,
you want.
okay. That's
Oh, the
another
keep.
thing. We can
Yes.
try that out.
Lorraine, yes.
Okay, we might try that in our next class so that that's something we can also use for our experience
Okay.
Sir,
lecture.
please, I have a question.
Let's
Sir,
Yes,
please,
sir. There's
using
a
code
question.
editor on your phone
okay, using the code editor on
to
your phone.
work your code. Yes, yes. Does it have any limitation, like any restriction? Are there some things you can't do with it?
The thing is that I haven't actually used VS Code on phone, but the thing is that at some certain level you can do some things, but I think in the long run it's not be like there's a difference when you're using phone and you're using a laptop to code. There's just this flexibility and you're able to do more stuff. I don't know the exact
I
limitation.
think
But,
so I think there's an app you can use called, I think, SPCK.
okay,
But I know I once used that some time ago.
okay, that's another observation. You can try that out, the one he mentioned. So try that out and
SPCK. You can search it on Play Store.
but the thing is that if I'm
See that we
using
are not
VS Code
social
to show
media.
you and you're using another software, it might get stuck.
You know.
That's the thing. So that's why I just advise you to use the same thing with me. If possible, you can find ways to like get a PC for practice for the meantime. But you can also try this. I think what we did today can be done using your mobile phone. There's this particular one.
Yes, it's possible. All right, I have a question, sir.
All right, please let me hear you, sir.
All right, thank you so much for the section. I'm using my phone I'm using my phone here, and then I was able to create the folder. But so when I was trying to download and creating the folder, before I came back, I saw already they are in HTML already. So I don't even know how to access that HTML. But I have the folder already. I have the app installed already.
Okay, it's sort of in HTML. But do you know how to create the index.html file?
Yes, HTML.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't really get the issue. What? Please explain again.
Okay, so I said I've installed the app. I've installed the app shared, and then also when I went to create the folder for it. So after creating the folder, before coming back, I discovered already you are in H1 already. So I didn't even know how you guys landed at the index HTML listing.
Okay.
I hope you understand, sir.
That might be something long to go back again and show you. That's the thing. That's why. That's why some I was also suggesting that maybe not also practicing, maybe just jotting down the things. Then maybe after I'm done, you will practice. The thing is that I will upload today's class on YouTube. Today's this thing on YouTube. But I don't want to guarantee if it's going to be this night or tomorrow, but it will definitely be on YouTube. But at most tomorrow, it will be on YouTube so you can rewatch it. So I'll upload it on YouTube. Then it will not be this evening, but it will be like tomorrow, so you can rewatch it. So
Sir, may I have a question though? We that we are not social media kind of person, so how else can we submit our assignments?
okay, people that are not online.
Yes, like we that we are not social media kind of person, like
You have to be you
maybe
have to be online, no. Okay. You have to be online. Just try and find a way and create a Instagram or Facebook account. It's not hard. You can just find someone to help you and do it. I encourage you to be online. Everybody needs to be online. Yeah. So just try. Sorry.
Okay, good evening,
Sorry,
sir.
sir. Is there a deadline for the assignment?
Yes, there is a deadline. The deadline is 12 p.m. tomorrow.
Sir, please, can you
Please,
adjust the
as a
deadline?
follow-up question to
12
what that
p.m.
guy asked, he asked about how you created a folder. So I don't know how, because that I think that's the beginning. So I don't know if you can just give us like a summary of how to go about it so that we can know how exactly to create that folder and then come to this VS software and proceed from there, sir. Please.
Okay. No
Uh,
problem. I'll go again with. I'll just show you the whole process again. So please, for others, I think the main thing has been done for today's class. But
Can we post it on LinkedIn?
if you want to leave, you can actually leave
okay,
now. This will be the last question, please.
okay,
This will be the
sir.
last question, so that we can.
I am not asking a question. I just wanted to ask if you can adjust the time from 12 p.m. to maybe before 6 p.m.
No, it's 12 p.m. Like it has to be by 12 p.m.
Okay, no problem.
Yes,
No problem.
12 p.m.
Okay,
Okay. So
thank you very much.
you're welcome. Sorry, I just want to use this so that I don't feel that's an okay time. So let me answer this question. Um, how to create the folder?
Facebook and Instagram. I will use LinkedIn also.
I can't hear you.
I will use LinkedIn as well.
Please, your voice is too low.
Like, can we use LinkedIn as an alternative
Can we
instead
use
of
LinkedIn
Facebook
as
or
well? Like the Facebook and Instagram.
Okay, LinkedIn. Alright, okay, no problem. Just search for me, Melbourne Get Him. You'll see me with the same profile picture on my WhatsApp.
Okay,
Yes,
okay.
that's fine. You can connect with me on LinkedIn. Thank you. Okay, so back to how you can
thank
create a
you.
folder. So on your PC, alright, so on your PC, what you want to do is, please, for those using phone, just you might just have to Google it. I'm using a PC because that's what's is in front of me now. So for your PC, for those on PC, you go to your this PC folder. See this PC folder here. Then you want to go to your hard drive, which is Windows, whatever 10 or 11. Then you want to go there and open it. Then create. You right click. You want to right click and you see an option that says new. Then you see an option that says folder. So what you want to do is title the folder. Let's say I already said Web Design BootCamp. Let me name it Web Design BootCamp 2. Web Design BootCamp 2. So what you want to do is you want to go to your VS Code, then you want to click on File, then look for the option that says Open Folder. Open Folder. Then you want to look for that particular folder that you created, which is Web Design BootCamp 2. I made a mistake in this. Let me rename it. Okay, Web Design BootCamp 2. Then I want to select folder, save. Then it will open in a new window. So here's your folder, which is Web Design BootCamp 2. I'll just click yes, I trust the author. So then you want to create a file, and to create a file, you click on this icon that says new file, which is index.html. Index.html. Then I don't know if you are seeing what I'm doing. Index.html. Alright, index.html. After creating that, you want to come here and type in an exclamation mark. This exclamation mark. After typing that, you want to click enter. All right, you want to click enter. So that is how you create your index.html file with the um, HTML documents tags. So this is how you go about it. So I don't know if that has answered your question so far. Now you can create the folder and now you can do this.
Yes, I followed your steps and I got it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much too. You're welcome. So thank you very much to everyone that attended to this day one. And I know many people have left because they already did the main thing for today. So we'll continue tomorrow, and don't forget to do the tags and post on social media. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Good night and God bless.
Thank you, sir. Bye.
Thank you.